What's up, everybody? I'm JC.
I'm Brittany.
And you're listening to
Just Breathing Home Edition.
It's been a long week. It's been a very long week. And so if anybody was wondering, and I'm sure you are, I am on a sugar detox as we speak. I'm on day 3 of that sugar detox. Are you checking? Are you checking the days in your head?
I was counting in my head.
You don't believe me? I'm the one suffering right now.
I was making sure that you didn't count Monday.
I was even looking down here. I wasn't even looking you in the eye, but I could see the eyes go up towards the ceiling, and I was like, she's thinking about it. She doesn't believe me. Because what we have here, folks, is a sugar Nazi. She comes in the name of like caring for public health, my health, and she's like, you know what? It says 2 to 3 weeks. We're definitely going for the 3 weeks for the sugar detox because, honestly, I care about you. It's not that I like watching you suffer. I don't. I really don't. I hate it.
As I eat my chocolate.
But the extra week is for you, really.
It's all for you, baby.
And I believe it. So that's why we're doing 3 weeks of this sugar detox. So, in all honesty, though, right now it's not good. Right now it's terrible. I do okay during the day. This time of night after we get the kids to bed, I'm ready for bed. I am so tired. Like I have zero energy.
Yeah.
And I know like the goal is more of like the gut health that we've talked about in the past and to kind of get some stuff in balance again. And hopefully on the other side too, what everybody else that's not like autoimmune and stuff, that they don't have those issues, are just doing it because it says like at the end you might have more energy if you kind of cut out these things.
If you don't add in like all the regular stuff you were eating before.
Right, you cut out the processed foods, you cut out the sugar, all that type of stuff, you'll have more energy. And right now I'm like, no lie.
Well, just think it's like a drug, right? Sugar, we've talked about sugar being like a drug. And
yes.
And so I mean, stopping a drug that you're addicted to, and I'm saying this, of course, while I still eat sugar every day because I couldn't do it the first day. And but yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
It's like, it is weird. Because like we talked about before, like I've been trying to wean myself off of sugar over the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Like before we even started, I've been trying to just have less.
Yeah.
Less soda, less desserts. Like I rarely had a dessert item.
Yeah.
And we usually don't really have a lot of dessert items. Like the only desserts in our house was like protein bars.
Yeah.
Because it had a chocolate layer on the outside. And like that was dessert for me.
Yeah.
So I've already been going in that direction. I thought because of that it was going to be a lot easier, but you know what's weird? It's not. The sugar is definitely a factor. Like I desire some sugar right now.
Yeah.
For sure. But it's that sweet taste. Like right now a lot of the foods that I can eat are savory or tart or some other what's that other flavor? That like weird, like fermented flavor.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like that's my palate right now of the foods that I'm consuming. And I'm like, I just want fruit.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's, again, partially my body craving sugar that I can get from fruit, but also just that sweet taste.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so hard right now.
And
I'm such a baby. I'm such a
You're
baby.
not. I mean, you're not.
Like, we've talked about some incredible people on the podcast, and like we talk, and share stories of incredible people out there that are, happy for like a couple things of rice in their bowl.
Right.
And I'm sitting here like, I just want something sweet. My tongue needs something sweet. Yeah, I know. But that's where I'm at. And that's real. And that's, I'm hoping that next week I'll have something different to report on the podcast. Gosh, she's so encouraging. Jeez.
Don't get your hopes up too high.
Now everybody can see the support that I'm receiving on this podcast.
Yeah.
Or hear about it.
I like the other day.
Do you hear the silence?
Okay, so this is funny. So this is real. The other day I thought about like offering to like do this with you. And then I was like I literally was about to say it, and then I'm like,
I don't want to do
I was
that.
Like, I don't think I can do that.
And that is the sign of an addict. That is the sign of an addict. Because I've been addicted to stuff in the past, and I have wanted to say something to somebody about it because I've been like, I want to stop this. And then I don't say anything because I was an addict. Congratulations.
So maybe I should be doing this with you, but yeah.
Enjoy your chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's... I'm actually fine doing it by myself. Like, I'm really not affected by like other people eating things.
Yeah.
And I think I've learned some of that by like having to be gluten-free.
Yeah.
So I like constantly see people eating things just like, oh my gosh, this donut. Oh, it's like melting in my mouth. And like, I endured that for like the first, few months or whatever.
Or me offering you stuff like, hey, you want some of this? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I get that too.
People still do it to you, and you just don't. You're just like, oh no, thanks.
Yeah.
And I'm laughing inside because I'm like, yeah, he can't even eat that. But like people who should know, but they just can't remember because they don't live with you every day.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's funny for me to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess that's like, I'm not equating myself to a disabled person, but I'm guessing that's what like people with a disability feel like. Like, oh, grab this. I don't have a hand. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same type of thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And once you get over...
You want to play hopscotch? I don't have legs.
That would be such an insult.
Maybe they didn't know. Maybe the pants were like just hanging down over the wheelchair in such a way. I don't know. It could happen. Maybe
maybe at like a desk.
I might be insensitive right now. But there are some oblivious people out there, so it could happen.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm used to it. I'm used to the whole, people being like, oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
So this is my disabled husband. But we have a podcast, so he's doing pretty good.
I still have my voice. It can't silence me. You can take away my gluten.
And your sugar.
And my sugar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get to watch someone slowly watch their life fall apart in front of your eyes for your podcast pleasure. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how my sugar detox is going. It's really great. You should try it.
Hey, the first day I made you food over the fire.
Yeah, there was that.
To inaugurate the beginning of your sugar-free diet.
Tell us a little bit about that day.
So this day was the day where we took all of the rest of the stuff out of our fridge and freezer to someone else's because our electricity had been out for a long time the other day and that night and that morning, and it was going to continue to be out. And so we made food over the fire, and I pulled out some meat out of the fridge that was already thawing. That
was like the most abridged story I've ever heard in my entire life.
They don't want to hear the sob story.
Why not? This is a sob podcast, if you haven't noticed. It's about lives falling apart. We're going to be on Lifetime We're gonna be on Oprah.
Oh my goodness, no, we won't. Wouldn't that be something?
I wouldn't say no. That's for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, but our electricity went out on Monday, and then we were like, and this was also the day that it was Britt's birthday.
Mhm.
So we're like, it happens sometimes. Electricity
Yeah.
goes out. Let's just, let's go out on your birthday.
Let's go on my fun birthday date.
Yeah. 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 And she's saying that, and I'll give some context since Brittany's just giving you the quick to bridge stories. But yeah, so we go out on this date.
We know our electricity is out.
We know our electricity is out,
but we're not concerned at this point.
Not concerned. We go out. We get a delicious Chick-fil-A for Brittany's birthday.
That was good. That part was
Yeah.
good. You
'Cause
couldn't eat anything.
Everything else we wanted to do was closed.
And I couldn't make you food because the electricity went out. So we were just going to have you not eat at that time. Maybe when we get home at that night, which we never did because you couldn't eat that.
All right, let's skip a little bit.
Okay.
And then we'll get back. So we have a nice birthday party for Brittany, get all the kids, bring them back to our house, come back, dark.
Mhm.
And we're like, uh-oh, not good.
Mm-mm.
So I quick go on the electricity website to check and see if there's any outages in our area. There is, right down the street from us. Apparently a tree fell and there was some sort of damage from that. So they said 4 a.m. was going to be the approximate time that they were going to get the electricity back on. So now we're like, I think we need to get stuff out of the fridge.
Yeah.
So we're already
Especially
back
since
from
I went grocery shopping that day.
We're already back home, from my parents' house that night. Get all of our stuff in a cooler, bring it back to my parents' house, put it in their fridge in the basement. So we do that, and we're like, okay, we just have to wait it out till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
If we leave the freezer closed, it'll be okay. We're fine. Then I couldn't sleep that night. Because it's such a weird thing when you try and sleep and it's so quiet. Like, I know people are like, I know you're supposed to sleep in like complete darkness and like quiet and all of these things, but like we have like a little like an air purifier that runs in our room.
Yeah.
And like if it's not going, it is just silence.
Yeah. I thought that was funny. I mean, not really. I mean, I think it's funny now. But we went to bed that night and I was so exhausted. And like I could feel, like I could sense that you weren't sleeping, like you weren't falling asleep well. And throughout the night, I could tell you weren't feeling well, like sleeping well.
And you?
But I was like a baby.
Didn't care.
There was like, what could I do?
No.
I mean, I didn't know what to do, but I was like, I'm sorry, but I was so out.
But it was such a weird thing because I had like the difference in the sound of the room really made a difference in sleeping or like just kind of winding down to sleep.
Mhm.
And then you just had the worries of like the food. I was like, I hope the food's okay. And then you have like the safety of your family because there's something about like not having the electricity on in your home and somehow your home feeling less safe.
Did I make you feel that way by me locking the door before you came home?
Maybe.
Because like I usually am not nervous, but I was like, when all the lights are out and other people maybe in the neighborhood that have bad intentions know that the electricity is out.
Yeah.
And there's only one car here. I was just like, I just felt a little bit, because you can't, like, lights scare people. They do. Like, you flip on a light, you hear something, you flip on a light, people aren't gonna, likely people aren't gonna stick around. They're just gonna go.
Yeah.
So, like, usually I don't lock the door when you're gone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not concerned, but then I was a little bit, because there was no light, and I was like,
that's what I mean, though. I don't think it was totally you, but maybe that put it in my brain,
your head, yeah.
and then I just couldn't get it out of my brain.
Yeah.
So then you're just listening, and like I have my bed position, so like I can see the stairs like leading to our downstairs, and like so you just I don't know, when your brain's going like that, you're just listening to every little noise.
Yeah,
and
and you can now too because it's so quiet.
So I hear every stinking noise in the house, and like the windows are open, so I hear everything going on outside. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was a long night. Wake up. Well, I was already up, but I look at my phone at like 4:15, something like that. I just check the website again just to see, because the power's not back on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me check.
Mm-hmm.
Now it moved to 12 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
On Tuesday. So that was great. So now I'm thinking, now we got to get the freezer stuff and make sure we have a place to bring the freezer stuff.
Yeah.
So then I didn't sleep because I was thinking about the freezer stuff. So then we get the freezer stuff and coolers. Once we wake up in the morning, I'm like a zombie. I'm like, I was in another dimension. I made it through that day, but I was like,
I know. And you couldn't even have like sugary coffee or something.
Yeah, and then I was on a sugar detox. Like, what a day to be on a sugar detox. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we couldn't make tea.
Yeah, we couldn't even make like hot drinks in the morning.
Yeah, I had nothing. Thankfully, my dad brought me Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
brought us Dunkin'
was
Donuts. So that was fantastic. And we were able to get the freezer stuff somewhere and hold it there for a while. But it was just a long 2 days. Weird beginning to a week. Because like Monday went off like normal until after work, after I got off work. And then it just was like the strangest evening, night, through the night, morning, afternoon.
It was really exhausting.
It was so strange.
Well, and so I'll add in the part that I skipped. It's really not that big of a deal, but it's kind of funny, worth telling. So when the electricity went off was like right after you were done work, and we were planning to go on like to do something fun because it was my birthday.
Yeah.
And so like we had plans to like, there are 3 different things that I thought would be fun to do. And so like the first thing was like rock climbing, but rock climbing is apparently just closed on Mondays.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so that doesn't work. So then we were like, okay, well, what about the escape room? Because I was like, that sounds fun. We had a coupon. I'm like, we've been kind of wanting to do that. I was like, that'd be really fun to do. They just happened to not have any on that day.
Nope.
So I was like, okay.
They'll be back Tuesday.
Yeah. So then I was like, well, what about the trampoline park? That would be fun. And then we look and we're like, oh, we have to wear masks the whole time. And I was like, okay.
We got a trampoline out back.
Right.
I'll just jump without a mask on that trampoline.
I was like, I don't feel like heaving and like needing to breathe with like something in my nose and my mouth. I was like, okay, that's not going to work. I was like, well, let's just do the one wheel, right? That'll be fun. So we go out to do the one wheel. And like, as soon as we get out of the car to do it, it starts to rain. And so we did do one wheeling and it was still fun, but we did it in the rain for a little bit. And then that got a little old. Yeah,
like as we were driving to the place that we were going to do the one wheel. And if you don't know what a one wheel is, it's like an electric
one wheel
scooter, but with one wheel, and has like a gyroscope inside that stabilizes it, and you ride it around like a skateboard.
Right. And you have to balance on it. And yeah.
It's like an electric skateboard with like one big tire
that you have a little more control of.
Yeah. You can go on grass, you can go on dirt, pavement, all that type of stuff. But anyways, as we were driving to the place, I can feel my phone vibrate. And then once we get there, I take it out and look, and it's like severe weather watch or like severe thunderstorm watch or something like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. So that was my birthday night. We were supposed to do something fun, and it was fun because I was with you, and that's really what matters, but it was a little disappointing.
A little bit.
And then the rest of the night made it like really like tiring. But it was fun. We got together with your mom, made us a delicious, yummy ice cream cake, and
that was good.
That was really good.
That was
and
good.
The kids had fun.
I had to start my sugar detox over again.
Yeah, so that was stinky for you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm on day 3 and not day 4 of my sugar detox, because I did it all day. I did the sugar detox, and my mom's like, I made the ice cream cake gluten-free. And I'm like,
You should have known she was
And I
gonna
didn't
do that.
regret eating it because it was delicious.
It was. It tasted like store bought.
Oh, it was so good.
So
It was
good.
better than store bought because like it was mimicking like the Carvel cake.
Mhm.
And if anybody has ever had a Carvel cake, it's like you have like a chocolate layer, a vanilla ice cream layer, and then you have like this crushed. My mom used crushed Oreos because they have gluten-free Oreos now. But normally it's similar to that, but more like a crunch.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, they know what we're talking
It's
about.
a little.
People have eaten that.
It's a little different, in the middle.
Yeah.
But
with with a fudgy in like a fudgy sauce, and she did that really well.
That I don't remember being in like Carvel cakes. Like that seemed like super unique and was so good.
I feel like I remember that. I don't know.
It was almost,
but it was really good.
Was it
Hers
fudge
was good.
or was it just icing?
Well, it
that
wasn't
like got cold.
No, it wasn't like actual fudge because.
I know. But was it like ice, like an icing
I think
spread?
She melted chocolate chips.
Oh snap!
And like made it into like this fudgy substance.
Yeah,
and it was delicious.
Yeah, let's talk about sugar more.
Okay,
let's keep going. This is great, but I mean, if I can't eat it, might as well just live it. It's not that long ago. Yeah. So that was
fun. That was good.
That was fun. That was fun. Our kids were so excited about that.
Yeah, it was cute. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
And it was fun to go back to the beginning. It was fun to actually cook food over the fire. We enjoyed that. We were all out there as a family.
It was a weird day waking up in the morning and we had no power.
It was
so we're like, we can't make coffee, can't make tea. We had a fire pit outside, so let's just make a fire. And just take the cast iron pan, bring it out there. We got steakums in the freezer that are refrigerated now.
Yeah. As I was taking stuff out of the freezer to put it in the cooler to go to like another freezer that worked, I was like, these feel soft. All right, we're going to use those. Because steakums, like they'll
last.
Is it defrost or thaw? They'll thaw.
Yeah.
They'll thaw really fast. So, yeah.
So we did that.
So we did that.
So we cooked some eggs, cooked some steakums over the fire. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
The kids loved it. It was fun.
It was weird to be out at like 9 a.m. in our backyard.
It felt like we were camping. It was kind of fun.
Yeah. And the coolest thing is the fact that like kids don't know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Like they kind of felt what we felt to a degree.
Well, see, so here's the cool thing. Okay, so I love this. This is worth talking about. Kids only are concerned if you're concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just how it is. Like, I remember it, like, my parents went through a whole bunch of like just weird stuff when like we were missionaries in Albania and all sorts of like trouble. And I just kind of rolled with it. I was like, I was never concerned. Like, I'm sure they were concerned, but they were never panicky. Like, they never showed that like there was something wrong, or like sometimes they would tell us like, you need to pray. Like, I remember my mom at one point had to go like be like flown to like Switzerland or something because she was having a medical issue that like she was gonna die if she didn't get a medical care right away. And so I remember she hugging us and kissing us goodbye because she didn't know she was coming back. I didn't know that at the time, but my dad was like, well, we need to pray for her. You need to pray for mom. But like, I was never worried. Like with all the stuff we've been through, just because like my parents were, I feel like, did a
that's
good
a
job.
huge part.
Not being like, they didn't make us, they weren't scared, or at least showing that. So I was always like, like the craziest things could be happening.
Oh yeah. Our kids were having a ball.
Our
kids were having a ball. They're like, fire at 9? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
And
they were helping me get sticks together.
It was nothing. It was nothing to them.
Yeah.
And even afterwards, the way that they look back on it, like me, I was exhausted. I couldn't wait to go to bed that day.
Yeah.
I was like, when the power finally came back on, it was like, oh,
right.
I was so excited, and you just kind of want to put. Like, I feel like you go through so many things as like an adult sometimes, or you're just bombarded with so many things that you just kind of want to leave some things in the dust. Like you just, I can't reflect on everything and be thankful and like, have gratitude and like all of these things. I just want to push it back
Yeah.
and move forward,
Right,
get
right.
back to normal, whatever that is.
Mhm.
And like the kids have such fond memories of stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I love how they can just, oh, that was fun.
Mhm.
Oh, that was kind of crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
that was, I don't know, an experience. It was
Right.
it was different.
Mhm.
And it sticks out to them as different, and because of that, kind of exciting.
Yeah.
I like that. I kind of want to have more of that mind with just little stuff
Mhm.
in my life. That whole experience I can leave behind, but other stuff I want to kind of have that mentality and that sort of childlike wonder,
Right.
I guess you would
Right.
call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were watching this like show a couple days ago, and the one lady in the show said something, and I was like, yeah, she has a really good attitude about these things. She was like, so something bad happened in the show, whatever, to their house. And she was like, yeah, like you just have to see it, accept it, and like know that it happened, and then just move on. You just have to move on. And I was like, yeah. And like we all know that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like she did that. And she
But
had
if you can she like kind of systemized it.
right.
She was like, and here's the process to how now I'm just going to continue.
Right. And like I feel like I need that.
And it was a really bad situation.
It was a bad situation.
And it could have been really bad.
Yes.
Like it ended up not being too bad. They kind of survived the worst of
Right.
what it could be. But like
It could have been really bad.
it could have been really bad.
But
And
I love that because you can't just like sometimes I tend to like hold on to things and like string it out, but like that's not helpful.
yeah.
Like it's gonna be what it's gonna be, whether you like try to make it not in your head or
Yeah.
So I just love that.
And that's everything. That's situations, that's emotions, that's relationships, that's we do that with everything. We make things last way longer than they need to
Yeah.
last for some reason. Like we have, and and maybe it goes back to like the normalcy that we desire so much in our lives.
Mhm.
And then if something enters our lives, like that's normal now.
Yeah.
A bad relationship is just normal now.
Mm.
And like it's hard to just make that switch and like give ourselves agency over our lives and just be like, I can just move on.
Right.
Like I can actually she could make the decision to just be like, it's going to be okay. And we're just going to do what's needed to fix this issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just move forward.
Mhm.
Like she has that power
Yeah.
in herself.
Yeah.
And we all have that power. It just takes some time because we have to get out of the normal, and maybe and like situations like that, maybe that first emotional reaction is our go-to reaction.
Mhm.
And we have to get out of the normalcy of our own feelings.
Yeah,
Sometimes we just have to get out of our own way
Right.
and go into the new beyond.
Yes.
The new whatever is ahead of us that we have the ability to go to.
Yeah.
We just have to decide to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was cool. That was cool. And it's so much more helpful.
Oh yeah.
Like she made that decision and I was just like, "Oh yeah, we are okay." Like
Right.
even me as the viewer in the show, I was just like, "Oh yeah, it should be fine." Even though I was like, "Oh, wow."
I know.
Wow, like I was feeling it. I was like, "This hurts.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
hurts." Like I feel bad for them. And then she's like, "We're fine." I'm like, "Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are fine."
Right.
And-
I don't know if I felt fine, but I was like, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah. But
Like I have to decide in my head, it's going to be fine. Like even if the worst happens, I might throw up, but you're alive.
yeah.
You're okay. You're not
Yeah.
going to die.
And that's how our kids felt, I think, when like we woke up and we're like, we don't have power still.
Yeah.
I hope it comes back.
Right.
Let's go downstairs and let's get some food.
Yeah.
Let's get dressed, just kind of carry on like a
Right,
normal
right.
day. Let's not freak out and be like, "Oh, this dang electric company, they still don't have the electric on. How dare they?
Right.
Don't they know who I am? Don't they know I'm busy? Don't they know I have things to do?"
Right.
Yeah. We didn't do any of that.
No.
So like our kids didn't react in that way.
Right.
And I've noticed that when I have reacted in that way towards other things, my kids are like, oh yeah, don't you hate that? And I'm like, what do you care? They heard me.
Yeah.
They heard me.
They listen to everything. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So that's our week. That's our week so far. And it's going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get better.
It is. It's already getting better.
Because the further we get in this week, the closer we get to me not having to be on this sugar detox. Yeah. But let's wrap it up here because I need to go to bed. I am exhausted. I am so tired. And I'm literally like, this mic looks so comfortable right now. Like my nose.
You just want to like lay on it?
Yeah, my like large nose just keeps like, I could rest on that. Like one of those things that you used to like put on your like finger, like one of the birds.
Oh yeah.
That used to like balance. I'm like, I could do that right now.
Oh my goodness.
So we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you everybody for listening to our sob stories. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you have a better week than we've been having. It's still a great life that we have, so we're enjoying it. Before you go, if you're on YouTube, make sure that you like this, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're listening to this, make sure you subscribe. Follow us if you're on Spotify. Leave us a 5-star rating and a review. We'll catch you on the next episode. We love you. Bye.